and welcome to this edition of the Time with Hime podcast. I'm your host, Lynn Cordish, joined by Superintendent
Kevin Hime. We're so glad to be here.
Yes, we are. It feels beautiful. It was a hot weekend. Pretty, I don't know, I'm going to say normal. It's not because it was 90. But we have some cooler temperatures and rain.
Yes, we all know it's going to rain because you said your hair is showing it.
The curls are coming out. So that's it. We have a lot of great things going on. We're almost at the end of October. How fast this month has gone by.
Yes.
It's
and
crazy.
End of October normally means
Red Ribbon Week. And we have some special guests today.
We have Sherelle and Holden.
Hello.
And we're going to allow them to tell us where they're from and share some information about your organization. So thank you both for being here with us today on the Time with Time podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Hey. Okay, so Sherelle, let's go ahead and talk about who you represent and how that correlates to this awesome week of Red Ribbon Week.
Yes, well, I'm with the Wichita Mountains Prevention Network, Lawton Fort Sill Community Coalition. The LFSCC is really just a group of community members and organizations that work together to better Comanche County. Our primary focus is reducing and minimizing substance misuse and underage drinking.
Awesome.
Okay, and then with that, how does your organization partner with our schools for things such as this, the Red Ribbon Week, and what we're getting ready to see across the district?
Yes, absolutely. Our organization, or the organizations that all work together, we try to provide resources and education about Red Ribbon Week so that it becomes a very community-centered focus and effort.
All right. And
that's, awesome because, Red Ribbon Week, we've been doing this for years. But it's only as successful as we make it as a community. The school itself, we can have our activities and do our things, but it has to carry over to home, the community, and throughout. The general idea of what we're trying to accomplish is encourage our young people not to use substances, alcohol, and some of those things, especially at young ages. And so very appreciative of you guys encouraging that.
And we have Holden here, who, Holden, you're a pro now. We were talking about that. You've been on the prior podcast, but you, as a student, are involved in the Wichita Mountain Prevention Network and the activities that go on there as well. So you want to share kind of with your peers, things that they should be tracking?
So, as you mentioned, I've been working with Wichita Mountains Prevention Network since August last year. I guess some advice I'd give to my peers is just, as much as people like to promote drugs or say certain things like there's not any downsides to them, as someone who's known people with substance abuse disorders, there's going to be downsides, and you won't know it until you're a bit farther into it.
So what are the things that you get to do as a student, and how can your message of being, active with the organization kind of correlate into what they're doing? Because we have, we just had homecoming, and you guys are a big partner with us for prom, and we have some posters out there.
Yes.
Mr. Hime is seen out there as well. So between the two of you, Sherelle and Holden, what do you share with our community of things they should know?
Okay, well, a few things you should know is that the Lawton Police Department Crime Stoppers unit is going to be having a moonlight walk at the end of this week on the 27th. It's going to be in Elmer Thomas Park, and there will be a lot of information about living a drug-free life, activities, and candy. We also, the LFSCC has a parent support community committee that works together to try to provide resources specifically for parents here, and we do have a survey that's available so that we can know exactly from the community members what kind of resources and services would be the best for the parents here in the community, and that there's lots of different ways to get involved as an organization or as an individual in Red Ribbon Week activities.
That's right. And Mr. Hime.
So again, it goes back to, we always start our goals off with making the parents full partners, and we appreciate the fact you're trying to make our parents partners, but we got to provide resources for our parent. Being a parent, speaking of someone who raised three children and had a mom at home with them, so there was 2 of us doing it. It's hard for 2-parent families. We have a lot of 1-parent families and some grandparents raising kids. So us providing those resources, such as you guys, is huge. And so we need to make sure, again, I think all this information's on our website, lawtonps.org. And if you got any other questions or things, you can also get on your website.
Yeah, Wichita Mountains Prevention Network.
And you can always email the info at lawtonps.org. Now, Holden, you came in here with this big, long cheat sheet of stuff you were going to say. So what else do you got?
So most of the cheat sheet is just talking about, what Red Ribbon Week is.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
What Red Ribbon Week is.
We have to go slow when we say it.
And so I'm not sure if we've mentioned it already, but it's in remembrance of a DEA agent, Agent Karina, and he was killed in the line of action in the 1980s. And people close to him and other people affiliated with the DEA started wearing red ribbons in remembrance of him. And it's just grown and grown and grown, and now it's one of the largest national drug abuse prevention campaigns just one of the largest.
Right. And
Now, I've been in education for 38 years and been part of Red Ribbon Week for most of those years, and that's the first time I've heard that story. So I learned something today. So thank you for bringing that information to us today.
And you'll see, our community will see a lot of activity at the schools. They'll see if they follow our social media. So if you don't already, please do. But we will have that. And we also have the survey that you spoke of.
Yes.
It'll be tied to the description. So the link is there, and families can take it for how long? Because that's pretty important.
We're going to be leaving that up all year around, but our goal is to be able to provide a resource event, hopefully within 2024, that answers a lot of the questions and needs that are in the survey. So the more parents that take it, the more we can provide resources that will just genuinely be helpful.
And that makes our community stronger and better, Mr. Hime.
Yes.
Full partners.
Definitely full partners. And again, thank you guys for coming on. We look forward to continuing our partnership and partnering to provide the resources that our parents and students need to be successful. And thanks, Holden. Let me get this right. It's Enrique Corona?
Enrique.
Enrique
Carrera.
Yes.
Enrique Carrera was the special agent or the officer who died.
There's a lot of R's today. It's bringing out my speech impediment.
Well, I have one of those too. I just don't like to talk about it. So, but anyway, thank you for that information. Like I said, I've done this for years, and I really never knew the story behind why Red Ribbon Week started. So I think a lot of kids and hopefully a lot of people will pay attention, and I will share that story. I'll have to look up that name and carry it and write it down so I can special agent. So thanks a lot. And thank you guys for joining us.
All right,
Thanks for
thank
having
you.
us.
Yes. Now, Mr. Hime, we have a busy week because we get to announce some special finalists today and tomorrow.
We announce our Teacher of the Year and our Support Personnel finalists.
And first class teacher.
And first class.
Yes.
So we have 3 categories. Well, 4 if you count, because this year, what we have, we're going to do all this final celebration the Friday before Christmas, which our Christmas break or winter break, which is already scheduled as a professional development day. So part of that professional development, we will announce our winners for our elementary teacher of the year, secondary teacher of the year, support person of the year, and first class teacher of the year. So we're really excited about those 4 award winners. We have over 1,000 teachers that can fit into those different categories. So it's exciting that we'll get to honor those people as a staff with everybody present, and we'll also have room when we have that meeting. I believe right now we're doing that at Eisenhower Middle School in the new auditorium. So we're really excited about that announcement and doing that. But today and tomorrow, this week, we'll go around and share the finalists so they'll know who the finalists are. So we're going to go building to building.
Yes, and congratulations to everybody, because every building announced their winners there locally, and it's just huge. I wish you could celebrate everybody.
Building Teacher of the Year is a big honor. That's a lot of times that's elected by your peers, and teachers are really good about picking. For the most part, doing this for years, they know who's doing the job and who's putting in the extra and who's gone that extra mile this year and last year, and they do a good job selecting those winners. So a shout out to every one of our winners. And, again, from my standpoint, every teacher in the district is Teacher of the Year, and a big shout out. Our board says that too, gives them all a big Christmas bonus, and so very excited about all. Yeah, that's coming. That's just around the corner. We better start counting the days on that, huh? But we're excited about
3 weeks.
that.
No. Well, not allowed to laugh too loud. Remember, it's a joke, but yes. And we're excited. We have a lot of more things to talk about. Ag Days.
Ag Days, very excited about that. That was started last year with our ag teachers, and some community members got together and said, hey, let's bring all of our 5th graders in, I think is what we did last year. This year, I believe we're bringing 5th and 7th graders in. We're looking at around 2,000 kids going through there. They've got activities, a lot of activities planned out for them, so we're excited about how that looks, a lot of hands-on activities. So it's encouraging our students to understand what ag is. Sometimes we think, well, I don't live on a farm, so what's ag have for me? Ag has a lot for our vocational agriculture program includes a lot of things for students in all different forms. You don't have to be a person who lives on a farm and has cattle or pigs or sheep to show. There's opportunities there for a lot of students. So we talk about providing opportunities for our students and knocking down the roadblocks. The second big part of that is making sure our students know what those opportunities are out there for them. You'd be surprised the number of students who still don't realize if they have a 20 on their ACT, or now it's even a 3.0 grade point, we have free college, or who know what we offer in ag, or even know what ROTC is, or know all of the music programs and arts programs we offer. And anyone who's ever been over here and seen Mr. Smith's art and what they're doing in those classes are thinking, man, I wish I could carve out an hour a day to be in that art class, because it's an amazing deal. So hopefully we continue that journey of making sure all of our students know those opportunities.
Well, and that just goes on to your life readiness and the 3 E's. And
Yep.
the employment, and enlisted, and
Enrolled.
And we've got tons. Lots of things going on for our students, lots of opportunities that we're still creating. We're not done.
No, we never want to
recently had-
stop. And it's kind of interesting. We had a couple of our assistant superintendents who were at a conference this week, and they both come back with things they saw that other schools around the country are doing, and we send teachers and staff, and we encourage them to go to try to bring out. Our goal is if there's anyone in the nation doing something that's an opportunity for students, we need to offer we want our students to have that same opportunity.
Exactly. So keep an eye out for that. We have things coming up, the Daddy-Daughter Dance, Ag Days. There's even a cornhole soccer fundraiser.
Yep.
Lots of great things that we just
Calf fry also on there?
Yes, the calf fry, that's coming up. And
So-
that's a big thing for our ag program.
Make sure you get on their website and check it out.
And what's our email again one more time?
LawtonPS.org.
Is our website, and then
The question is, if you got any questions, comments, or anything you'd like to see on the podcast or hear us talk about, it's info@LawtonPS.org.
and we want to thank our guests one more time for coming, Wichita Mountains Prevention Network, Holden and Sherelle.
Thank you guys
Yay.
very much. And again, thank you for the story. I'm so glad to get that. It just shows even when you start getting close to 60, you can still learn something.
Absolutely. And if you don't already, follow, like, and subscribe to our YouTube and social media pages. Please do so, because we have a lot of great things going on, and we don't want you to miss it. Mr. Hime, until next week, be prepared. It's supposed to rain all this week. We need it. And other than that, we'll be finishing out the last week of October.
Awesome.
Okay, until next time, you guys, be well, stay safe, and make positive impacts. Let's say goodbye, everybody.